Right. Now, with great joy, I give you your next speaker for this evening. With 25 years of experience in ICT, cloud, internet, mobile games, and blockchain, Martin Hoon is a visionary in identifying market trends in the fast paced technology space. He has led the Virgin Group China, British Telecom China, IBM, and NetDragon International, and now is the founder of Meta1 GG, Just4Fun Pte Ltd, GameBees.gg, as well as he is the advisor to Secretariat Office in Asia Blockchain Gaming Alliance. Now, with those feathers to his hat, let me not keep him from you anymore. And if you have any questions for Martin, guys, do answer a question, post your questions on Twitter, tagging us at _polka.india, and we shall get them answered by Martin at the end of this session. Martin, it's absolutely fantastic having you with us tonight. And
Hi, good evening.
Learn from you. Yes, over to you, Martin.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks, Annie, for introducing myself. And it was great to actually hear from Ayush that speak just now, because we are kind of under the same family, because we're also providing some solutions to the YGG family. So it's good to know that things are growing pretty big in India right now, especially with the pace explosion of Game 5 Web 3.0 industry in this whole entire Asia. Thank you.
Absolutely. Would you like
Yes,
to share screen?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you, everyone. So Meta1 is actually a software as a service. We are more like a toolbox for all types of guilds, for all types of gamers, and we want to actually envision ourselves to become the next Steam for Game 5. So why is that so important? Because currently, if you look at the explosion of growth for Game 5 last year, the population that is actually really being very involved in this particular segment is only close to about 10 million for the whole world. So, but if you look at Game 5, where game is becoming more and more relevant in terms of not just mining processes, which is our gamified, you're looking at games that has more gameplay, whether they are like game general of MMORPG, RPG, first person shoot, mobile, there's more skills involved. So I think we identify that there's such a huge open space there for all the gamers to potentially participate in this entire growth of Web 3.0 Game 5 games. It is so important to have a platform, an infrastructure play that can enable all these gamers to come on board. And so Meta1 provides all these services to all the guild masters. Guild masters can be like the YGGs of the world. Guild masters can be traditional gaming guilds that's playing MMORPG. It could be esports team managers, where a lot of their community is playing the FPS games or the mobile games, or maybe even internet cafe bosses who has actually a lot of netizens playing a cafe. Any one of them can become a guild masters. So Meta1 provides this very simplified onboarding process tools where they can come on board and will just do some simple registration through a central site. At the same time, they can actually check out all the different games that's on board on the Meta1, which we are open to anyone that wants to come on the Meta1 as a platform, be treating ourselves like a platform, like an app store. And then in this whole entire engagement, Meta1 also provide very deep analytical tools for all the gamers' performances within the game, so that it can help the guild masters better understand who are all their gamers' profile, what kind of games they are playing, how are they performing within the games. So this will become very useful for the guild masters, very useful for the gamers. It will become a very important tool for the Game 5 studios to understand how the gamers are playing for their games. So on this community, because we have been expanding rapidly in Asia, we started this year January. So we started off in China because we have a lot of experience in China. We have started in Malaysia. We're expanding into Cambodia. We're expanding into Indonesia, Thailand. There's so many, plentiful of gamers community in this market, and we really love ourselves to be able to be providing these services as a toolbox, as a software as a service in India as well. Yep, that's a kind of a quick introduction about Meta1. Annie, yep. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Martin.
Okay, good. So yeah, so I guess I'll just continue since I don't have any questions from you. So yeah, that's a quick introduction about Marrtin. So basically, why do we have this capability to do this this particular platform? Because we are a team that used to build the largest Android app store in China in the Web 2.0 game. So we have actually managed to reach a peak of 250 million daily active users a day for an app store. And as everybody know, people go to app store, basically 90% of the time is to download games. So we have built a very, very strong tool in terms of how games can be personalized when the users are visiting the App Store so that it can be featured as a list for them to download. We have increased a lot of strength, a lot of experience in doing this part of the business. So we have a very strong team that can be able to do app stores within a short period of time. We'll be able to onboard games with the easiest API. At the same time, we'll be able to actually promote and publish all these games to the right target group of users. So in terms of experience working in the guilds, because way back in the Web 2.0 era, we were doing app stores, so we have a lot of collaboration with traditional gaming guilds, and that's also the reason why we can be able to extend, try to leverage on what we have, what we have developed before, in order to explain and educate all these guild masters as from the traditional gaming to try to enter into the blockchain gaming, the game five, and start experiencing play and a model that will allow them to make income, good income, also allow gamers to not just enjoy the experience of playing the game, but also having the potential of making potential some income from playing and enjoying the game. So I see Annie has dropped as a moderator.
I'm
So
very much here,
yeah,
Martin.
okay, cool. Yes.
So we'll take questions by the end of your discussion, Martin. So yeah, once you've shared all of it with us, we'll take the questions. We've already
I'm,
got questions.
I'm good to talk about the introduction about Marrtin.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. So anything you want to
Okay.
correspond with me or?
Yeah, I'll just get started. Okay, so we're done with the introduction bit, which was one of the questions. So, how do we bring in investment into new gaming guilds in the current scenario?
So okay, in this case, I think it's very simple. So for example, if you were to look at all the guilds currently, or even all the gamers currently, they could potentially form their sizes like the YGGs of world. In this case, like Ayush in DGG, they can build a size and get some reputable guilds to partner with in order to raise funding. But most importantly, I personally feel that in order for the right flow of funds to be invested in the guilds, data is very important. Now, the data is not just simply of, how much assets do I have as a guild master, or how much assets are being traded on the chain or the wallet. But if I can show to my potential investors that I have all this data of my gamers that's playing within different type of category of games, and if they are performing well and giving the type of right performance yield within the game, this will become a very, very powerful tool for the guild master to be showing to investors, whether they are big institutional investors, they want to be the next YGG, or even short-term loan financing, for getting the kind of relevant staking in whether is it in coins or in assets that they can allow the gamers to perform more while playing the game. So data is the ultimate, and whoever that can give the most absolute, in detail, and clear data that can be portrayed by Marrtin in this case as a third-party independent tracker of this data, you prove to be a very, very useful and powerful tool for the guild masters.
Right. Makes sense. That makes absolute sense, Martin. Okay, could
No
you
problem.
share a little bit with us about the background of the Meta1 team and what is the experience with Guild so far, or is this the
Right,
first?
right. So this is a very good question. As I said, because we used to be doing a lot of things for a Web 2.0 game. So we have been in this game industry for the longest time in the times when MMO are popular, RPG are popular, esports game became popular. So, in those days, we were publishing game, or we call ourselves game publishers. We work with game developers to distribute games. So, you
Mm-hmm.
see, now the interesting part about Game 5 was last year, as I was just repeat what I've said earlier, but this is a key point for me to emphasize. Last year, Game 5 was 80% focusing on 5 because it was generated from the DeFi folks, and 20% was focusing on the game. So we can see for last year, in terms of explosion, Game 5 1.0, we can see that actually a lot of this game out there is really driven on how do you mine and how do you make money. But there
Right.
wasn't much gameplay in it. But for this year, we're seeing a very huge trend of Game 5 where the proportion is more balanced. There's more
Mm-hmm.
gameplay. You're seeing some of these big names coming out big time, Time Raiders, Dream Quest, Eden Brawl. All this requires skills to play, and along the same time, the financial part that is being captured in the Game 5 2.0 also allow gamers to make money and earn some money. So it's more of play and earn. Now, with this aspect of this component that's coming out from the game portion, it's important to embrace. It's not just the D5 community that's playing a Game 5, but really embrace more of the gamers to come into the play. So our
Right.
experience when we talk to others, guild masters or the gamers, whether they should be entering the Game 5,
Mm-hmm.
the first question that comes to their mind is, do you have an interesting game I can play? Then tell me about what are the process I need to go through in order to enter into Game 5. That's what
Right.
Marrtin does in terms of simplifying all this onboarding process. They don't have to go and register a wallet, go to all the different types of social media channel, whether it's a Twitter, Telegram, Discord, web page, to trace all this information and start entering into the website, learn from YouTube, how can I trade my assets, how can I buy
Mm-hmm.
my assets. For every gamer who wants to play a game, this kind of process will actually turn them off. Because
Right.
I play game myself, I'm pretty sure in the audience there's a lot of people who play game themselves. Why do we go to Google Play to download? Why do we go to Apple Play to iOS Store to download? Why do we go to Steam to just select a game and play? So in terms of the gamers' consumption behavior, it's important to build something that's similar, but not yet bridging not creating the gap too big. The matter one here is to bridge this gap to allow this flow of information be still delivered to them in a very, very gamers perspective. And
Absolutely.
at the same time, when all these tools are made available, you'll feel that, oh, it's actually not a rocket science to enter the game 5. I have a platform that allows me to do so. So with that kind of with that kind of tools and with the kind of experience that we've accumulated distributing games, traditional games in the web 2.0, we just go
Right.
after the different partners. So, for example, in Cambodia, we are working with Sabe, which is the largest Cambodia internet service provider who used to be game
Right.
publisher, who used to be doing esports tournament, organizing esports, and they are the largest digital service provider over there. So we work with
Right.
them to use the tool to them. How do we enable the big gaming community from Cambodia to enter the Game 5? Now,
Right.
similarly for Indonesia, similarly for even East Africa, we hope to do something exciting and the same for India as well.
Right. That's I think very encouraging for a lot of us to hear out here. So great.
Definitely.
Thanks for that again, Martin. So
No problem.
another thing. What's that? Yeah. So another aspect of it would be going at a slightly deeper level of the analytics part of it. So can you
Yes.
elaborate a bit on that, the guild analytics and how that works in terms of
Right.
growth and revenue?
Right. So for example, currently, because of the gamer's journey there's currently the scholar's journey, or the guild master's journey in the current Game 5 is everything, because everything is so decentralized. Wallets are decentralized, assets are decentralized. So all this information are actually made public in their wallets, in their chain. But there's no kind of tool out there in order to capture all this in a very, very smart way and make it something that is meant for the guild masters to operate, to run and operate. Now, what Meta One does is, because we have done something very creative, it's a combination of Web 3.0 and Web 2.0 technology, where we can capture the gamer's data performances within the gameplay, because we created this thing called the Game Mine API.
Okay.
Just like any other gaming just like any other Web 2.0 game companies, when they want to load themselves onto Steam, onto Play Store, onto iOS, they have to be integrated with an API. So using the same approach to do so, and there's one reason why this can be done, because all of the game engine for Game 5, 2.0, or even 1.0 is centralized. It's only the assets that's decentralized. So by doing that, we will be able to help the guild master to trace how the gamers are performing the game, how long they are playing, how much time they have spent, how much they have made, what is their ranking, are they doing well in terms of the game, within the gameplay, are they winning enough, are they losing enough, are they an attacker, are they a defender? There's so many attributes that can be analyzed from this data that we can collect from their gameplay behavior within the game. So this will become a very dynamic and very powerful tool for the guild masters to make good use of this, to be able to identify that maybe A, B, C is good at playing this game. They're performing well. So I should be trying to go and buy for more assets, buy for more staking, buy for more investment, throw it to them to play well in these games. Similarly, they could be everybody are suited to play different type of games. I'm pretty sure, if you're a gamer, you probably play some RPG games or SLG games. I love SLG games, but you throw me to play first-person shoot game, I'll be probably the first one, dying, out of the 30 over participants in the game.
That's interesting to know. Great. That's again a very interesting aspect to cover. I'm glad that question came by, Martin. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
Yeah, another interesting aspect of Meta One we notice is the in-game NFT leasing and the NFT hub services, right?
That's right.
So, how do you differentiate yourself from the other guild NFT leasing activities in the current market?
So this is a fantastic question, and this I think makes a lot of sense because every guilds or even some games are currently looking into how they can lease, how they can stake. So how we do it differently is, as once again, we are here to service the guilds. We are here to service the GameFi studios. We are not in any competition to them. And why do we say so? It's because you have this ability. We have this ability to help embrace the bigger community of gamers. We have gaming data and analytics that's being built around the gamers within the game, so there are more information. Now, how do we treat the FI, which is the financial part? So, Meta One has developed a self-proprietary smart contract custodian proxy protocol. Now, what does that do? So, in this entire arrangement of the smart contract protocol to do asset management, which is for leasing and staking at this point in time, because so the asset owners, when they have an asset, like it could be retail investors, it could be the YGGs of the world, it could be crypto communities buying the assets. Currently, either when they buy the assets, they get their scholars to play, or when they buy the assets, they can buy and sell for speculation. If not, they can make use of Meta One too, put their assets onto an NFT hub within Meta One to showcase what kind of assets they have. And the gamers like myself or anybody that has used Meta One as gamer could come in and take a look and say that, hey, this is the asset I would like to lease, or I would like to be staked, provided my data is good. I can click, everything is click based. A smart contract is being established between the asset owner and the gamer, but in a custodian way. So with this custodian, the assets will be locked within within the asset owner's wallet, and need not be transferred to the gamer's wallet. And on the gamer's wallet, we have this smart contract leasing protocol to state clearly that he or she has the usage right to enter into the game and play. So by doing that, one of the key differences, we are chain agnostic. So we don't care whether the Game 5 assets is from Polygon, is from Clayton, is from Avalanche, is from Solana, is from Binance, is from Whoopee. We can make it work. So that will actually expedite gamers' activity, willingness to enter, and take away the trouble of I have to go through this step to settle before I can start playing a game. That's what the main aim and main purpose of what Meta One is for. Software as a service for the guild masters, for the gamers, for the Game 5 studio, and ultimately for the YGGs of the world, and including all the crypto community retail investors.
That's a lot happening at Metavan, definitely, Martin. So congrats for all that you have built, and yeah, all the best. I think what we can do, Martin, maybe we can open up the floor. Just check if someone wants to come on stage
Yes,
and
please.
personally ask you something.
Yes, please.
So, guys, you will have a raise hand icon below. So, if any of you want to come on board and ask Martin something live, you can raise your hand and we'll let you in.
Yes, please.
Let's see. Okay, I think most of them have already tweeted it out. All right, Martin, I think that's about it. Would you like to say something to our community of Indian developers out here? And
Yes.
what would be your.
Of course. So I think one kind of a line summary for ending off is I personally feel Meta One feels that the entire growth of Game 5, the Web 3.0 is going to be explosive. The way I look at it, Game 5 is actually a reset button of the entire gaming evolution. It's not just on the 5. Because even in the past, for all the game developers, don't be discouraged. Don't have to push for things that still focus on the core that you have. Develop the games for the genre that match the right kind of gaming community. Find the right blockchain experts, the tokenomics experts to work out the economics and the tokenomics. And there are plenty of gamers out there to play games because there's 2.8 billion gamers out there
Right.
globally. So the market is so huge; it's going to be a revolutionary, growth for game industry. And Meta hopes to be there to support everyone and be participating in each and every parties, especially in India, and to the community of the .NET.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So glad, Martin, to have had you here, and we'll be around anytime. And hope we give great developers to the Web3 ecosystem, and hopefully you pick some
Fantastic.
up too from our end. Thanks
We
for
need
coming
games.
by today,
Come to us.
Martin.
Thank you.
I, yeah, thanks, Martin.
Thank you, Annie. Cheers, everyone.